What's going on YouTube? Marcus Crockett back with another video. Guys, listen, this video is one that everybody needs to see, especially if they're trying to change the trajectory of their business from where they are to where they want to be. We're always talking about, how do we get accounts? How do we get in front of the decision maker? Well, listen, today I am interviewing Brianna. Brianna is the director of property management. She's really the decision maker. So I'm bringing her on. She's going to be able to answer some questions, drop some jewels, and then we're just going to have fun from there. With all of that said, let's get into it. Brianna, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Marcus? It's an honor to have you have each other on this call. So let's go ahead and get started.
Definitely. So Brianna, so you are just really quick. Can you give just a really quick rundown about who you are, where you're from, your background, so on and so forth?
Absolutely. I'm from New Jersey. Been in real estate for 12 years, started at the very bottom, worked my way up. I was a concierge, I was an administrator, I was a property manager. Then I became a director of property management. I've been in everyone's shoes in this business. And right now I sit in the decision makers, role right now. So I know what type of vendors we're looking for.
Okay. Well, that is why, why I got you on, because there's so many people who's, just getting started in the business, thinking about getting started in the business, who kind of nervous, like, what do I say to the property man? Or what do I say to the decision maker? How do I conduct myself? All of these things, right? So I really want to just start off first and foremost, like, what are you looking for when it's time for you to make that transition, whether you're bringing someone in for the first time or you're switching? What are some of the things that you look for when you look into bringing in new vendors? And, as it pertains to commercial cleaners, like, let us know what some of the things you're looking for.
Awesome. So the first thing, I start with the marketing piece. What strikes an eye for me? Emails are huge. Big, bold, short titles on the subject line. Hey, parking cleaning, commercial cleaning, those short, straight to the point, cookie cutter. We don't want to read real long, drawn out messages that are too salesy. Something straight to the point. Hey, I'm a local cleaner. I'm cleaning 77 Hudson next door. If you need any extra services, whatever. Hey, I might not like my cleaner at the moment. So that hit me at the right time, right place. It's like, okay, cool. Once my contract is up with them, I'm going to save this into my folder. I'm going to reach out to them and have them come, interview and see how I like their dialogue. And that's where we go to dialogue. When I'm meeting someone, I want someone that knows that it's about me. It's about the company. It's about what we want. Mm-hmm. Not someone that's coming, talking your head off about what they can do. No, let me explain what it is that we need. Hear me out. Let me explain everything that's going on in the property so that you understand what our needs are. So I think those are big points. And someone that's just has a solution based, no excuses. A bunch of these contractors, I'm not trying to talk down on anyone, but they always have excuses as to why they can't do something. You need to have processes in place so that we know, okay, if this person calls out, who's coming next? Do you have someone on standby? What's happening? If we have an emergency, we need a shop vac. If we have an emergency cleanup, something happens. What's happening next? What's going to happen for us? What are your SOPs? And we want a professional company that has professional invoices, not sending us a Zelle or, mom and pop email. We want someone that has processes that makes our jobs easier. ACH, on point. When it's time to send the invoice, I don't have to go calling you for an invoice. That delays my day. And when my checks processed for the month, I just want to have you in rotation. So,
man, that's so huge. And, I talk about that a lot, especially when it comes down to, the processes and procedures. In my experience in dealing with, property managers, this is another, and we'll touch on that in a minute, but in my experience when dealing with property managers, you guys got so much stuff to do. There's so much that you're responsible for. And I always look at it like, I don't want to be another thing that I got to do. I just want us to be able to present what we can do, right? Listen to what you guys need, present what we can do. We'll get into contract together. And what I've always found is, like, the least amount of communication that we have to have between each other, the better. That means that we're doing a good job. Like, if I'm on the first thing on your mind Monday morning, I'm probably not doing a good job, like consistently, like, oh, let me call them, let me call the cleaners, let me call. So kind of like, out of sight, out of mind, when you were saying, the part where if someone calls out, what are your processes to make sure? Because a lot of the time, right, property managers, they're there to manage properties. They don't care that so and so is sick. My building third floor isn't clean. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's really, really big. I'm glad that you touched on that. And then the other piece was your emails. Short, concise, to the point emails.
And there's another piece that's important.
Mhm.
We have, depending on where you live, East Coast, West Coast, there needs to be preparation for all seasons, right? So you need to know if it rains, what needs to be done. You need to have someone in the lobby area, making sure the mats are out, they're drying up any, excess water so that we don't get a lawsuit. They have the proper conage. There's been so many times where I see a porter mopping without a sign. Someone breaks their neck, that's a huge lawsuit. We have problems. We can go into foreclosure depending on how big loss. There's a lot of, parameters around that. You got to be cognizant of your job, and you have to care about the business as if it were your own property. And that way you can project and do a good job. And when I say all seasons, hey, you need to understand that winter, spring, fall, there's different duties that come with those seasons. I have to prepare for my winter. I have to prepare for my boilers. I have to prepare, for the summertime for my HVACs. Like right now, I'm preparing to get my HVAC service to get them on. And there's things that you have to do for the summertime. There's going to be more people around in the summertime. Mm-hmm. Visitors, people at the grill, at the amenity space. There needs to be more foot traffic, more cleaners essentially. There's a big party that goes on, Chinese New Year, 4th of July. There needs to be more hands on deck. So when those seasons come, people around, I have cleaners that are on standby, ready to get things done. We don't have time to call and find out where's this person. No, we need things done. We're charging premium rents, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Even penthouses, we're charging $10,000. So we need to be able to supply that white glove service. And I'm not trying to be long-winded. It's just the spiel of what we have, the quality we have to possess to be able to, have the type of premium rents that we're charging and the type of quality people that we're, assessing.
Wow. That what you just said is you emphasize one of the things that I already knew, but I never was verbal about it, right? And by you just saying that right now lets me know, like, wait a minute, I need to be verbal. One of the things that we do, like, for one of our larger buildings, we're making sure that we're taking care of the lobby and we're vacuuming the lobby, mopping the lobby, doing all of those things on a nightly basis every time we're there. But in the wintertime, when they're putting down the salt and all of that stuff, it's going to take more time. So I need to prepare my staff and so that they can account for that extra time that's going to take to get up all of the salt and all of the things down there. In the fall, we got a lot of pine needles. It's going to take more time down there. So you just saying that, it's like, I know that, but I never really articulated that to my staff.
Yeah.
That's a bar. Like, that's a bar for real.
Yeah. And, what I do is I have something called a checklist. Mm-hmm. And my checklist is a seasonal checklist about my year. What I have to do, my irrigation. That's a problem. Sometimes I got to get ready for my landscape. I got to make sure my irrigation is on point. All the pipes are in good standing and not frozen. They're ready to get going. Make sure that the water irrigation is flowing properly so that, I don't have dead shrubs and stuff like that. So it's about the big picture. You got to think about the big picture, how you can provide value. And I feel like once you put yourself in their shoes and you talk to property managers, you talk to people that run businesses, you're able to get parts of the business from the background that you would never know from your side. So I think these conversations are pivotal, and monumental in this industry.
Wow. That's so cool to hear, because I've never had this conversation where it's a back and forth where, we get to show our side, but then also too, to hear your side. We deal with a lot of property managers and it's always pretty cookie cutter. Like, we'll go in, I'll listen to what they need, and then I'll see if we can fulfill those needs. But looking at things like outside of, the scope of what our 10, 15, 20-minute conversation looks like, that is so valuable. Like I'm really, really glad I was able to get you on and have you here to give things from your perspective. Now, when we talk about giving value, right? Do you think with the types of companies that you've been with and the types of company or the type of company that you work for, is it one of those things where it's like, are you guys looking for someone to, well, would you be opposed to someone coming in to clean as well as take care of, maybe the grounds, maybe they're out there having someone to shovel snow, or is that something that you guys would look at?
Listen, if I can make it a one-stop shop, I'm happy with that.
There you go.
But don't be a master of all. Don't be a master of none. Don't give me, I want quality service all around the board.
There you
So
go.
if you're going to shovel my snow, make sure it's done properly. If you're going to do the cleaning service, because I'm paying you a premium. I'm paying you. Snow services are 6 figures. We all know that. And I want you to give me something valuable. Okay, just snow. All right, what else can you do for us besides snow? Are you going to provide the salt? How can you bring it how everyone else isn't bringing it? Are you going to have a forecast for the up and coming season about what's going on? Are you going to send me a message of preparation of what you plan to do and what your execution is? I want something comprehensive. We're in 2024. I want some type of system, something that I don't have to think for you. I want you to think ahead of me. I want you to be a week before thinking about the snow that's coming and you sending me an email or a message or a call. Hey, we're preparing for what's going on. I don't have to now think about that because that's your responsibility. You took on this. Now it should be something that you're taking, because I already have a bunch of things I have to worry about, employees and processes that I have to worry about.
There you go, man. So for the cleaning company coming in, right? From your perspective on everything that you know, what would make that cleaning company stand out? Now, I know that you're looking for a premium service, right? You're looking for the creme de la creme. What's going to make that cleaning company stand out?
I'll tell you a few things now, and I'll give you the game. And this is free game. So for me, the biggest things are just a smile, a good morning, a good afternoon. We're dealing with judges, lawyers, high profile people. People want hospitality. We want to just see a smile on someone. Good morning, how are you? Even if they don't say it back, you still say it. You smile and you present yourself well. You make sure you smell the part, you look the part, and you're pleasant. You don't have on headphones all day sweeping, because that's not what you're here to do. You're here to work. You're not here to listen to music. You listen to music when you go home. You talk on the phone when you go on lunch. You're here to do your job. We want to see you doing your job. People complain and send me emails all day about people being on the phone. Just on the phone, listen to music, talking to the Shay, cuckoo. Listen, Shay and them you can talk to them when you get off work, when you go on break. Right now, it's time to do business and stand on business. And I think those are important. And also, for me, is double, triple checking your work.
Mm-hmm.
So even me, before I even send an email out, not when I'm like just chilling with friends or talking to you anyway, I might like typo, but whatever work you're doing in a professional setting, one time isn't enough. You've done your work. Before you go home, you should be making a round to see how you're leaving your shift and how things look. And again, it's coming from a concierge, an administrator, a property manager. I've been in everyone's shoes, so I know how it feels. And I feel like if you just have that extra set of eyes and you're able to kind of use this, use that mind frame to be able to maneuver through this business, you can't go wrong. People are going to keep referring you to different companies and different surrounding buildings, because there's a property management association. They go to these massive meetings in Las Vegas. There's a huge meeting that takes place every August. It's a huge property management annual property management like seminar in Vegas. And these folks are talking, you know what I'm saying? They're talking to each other. First Service, I'm gonna throw the names out, small names, First Service, MEE management. They're all talking to each other, and they're talking, they're figuring out who's you got some good vendors, you got a cleaning vendor, you got that vendor. So you need to have an omnipresence, and you need to bring it, and you need to have uniforms, not those, BS shirts, the slagging the collars all drooping down. You want people to come in presentable, clean, looking the part, not too tight, just looking presentable and, you know, punctual.
Mhm.
That's important for me. When I come, you're a part of my scenery. You're a part of my building. So when people see you walking around, you looking like who shot John, it just doesn't work for me. And people that operate in that fashion, we just get rid of you and we just get someone else. So, you know.
So it's you're once you're in the building, you're part of the experience. And
Right.
if your main clientele are, you know, these prestigious people, they're used to prestigious things. Even as the cleaners, you need to come in and you need to look the part. You need to look like you
Period.
fit in and you belong.
Like you fit in.
There you
Exactly.
go. That's
And
so I just want to say this really quick. She dropped a major gym August in Vegas. What is it called again?
you have to look it up.
Okay.
You have to go on Google. I don't remember. I just know in August, there's a huge real estate seminar. You can probably look it up on your phone now. And it is a huge property management real estate seminar. All the property managers, all the owners, all the companies, that'll be a real great place for you to show up and show yourself and show your stuff. I would bring some branded tumblers there, some water bottles, some things that people aren't doing, not the regular business cards that everyone's doing. Bring something that's going to mean something. Spend a couple of extra dollars, get some tumblers, and people are going to, and put something of substance on it that can just hit like something that speaks like, you know, the name of my company is Prestige Building Care. Maybe something Prestige Services all year long, or something like that just resonates with them. And just like go for it, man. Like this world is, there's no limits to what you can do.
Man, that was amazing. That was, you know, a lot of that information. You just gave so much information that I wish that I would have had. I wish I would have knew all of that. Like it was one of those things where I talked to some business owners and they're like, you know, we don't really want to deal with property management. I'm the exact opposite. I want to go deal with the property manager because, you know, I don't know what your building looks like or the buildings, your portfolio of buildings, but a lot of the time when you're dealing with property managers, once you get in and you're doing the common areas, there'll be other little buildings or other little offices in there. And once you get in and you're doing, you can go in and hit each and every single one of those offices if you're doing a good job, if you look in the part, if you're, you know what I mean, if you're willing to go out and get the businesses there. I wish that I would have known all of this stuff when I first started. So that was
I also, yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I also manage commercial properties as well in correlation to the residential mixed use. And I think a really underrated, I'm not gonna, you know, hit you with all the information because I'm a book of knowledge and I could talk all day. But I will say that there's a niche that we all need to really zero in on, and it's that parking lot cleaning. It's a very underrated niche. A lot of people aren't doing it, and it's something that we need to zero in on and take a really good eye out on because there's a lot of people that need it. They don't even know they need it.
mm-hmm.
But if you present it to them and show them a nice before and after and show them what that can do for their a good, it's called in property management, it's called curb appeal for us.
Yeah.
And you're using the proper lingo, curb appeal. You want to have shrubs free of trash, free of gum, free of oil stains. We're coming in when everyone's left at 11 o'clock at night to power wash your areas. By the time the sun comes up, it's dry, it's nice and even and night. Like, so that parking lot cleaning is so important. And a lot of people sleep on it because it's the dirty side of things, the dirty business, the non-sexy. But those are the biggest businesses that make the biggest bucks.
So yeah, I mean, I definitely understand, like, you know, the being outside and even this business in general, like it's not a sexy business. But one of the things that I do want to ask is, you know, what is a tip that you would give a commercial cleaning company on like what tip would you give them to best stand out after they already got the contract? You guys have been in business for a year, 2 years, what have you. What's something that they could do, or what advice would you give for them to always be at the forefront of, you know, the decision maker's mind and to be seen in a positive light?
So 2 tips that these are game changers right here. This will make your business flourish 8, 9, 10 figures and beyond. You want to send them a gift for Christmas. Regardless if you celebrate it or not, it's your religion, that doesn't matter. Whatever the customers normally celebrate those type of holidays. It's nice to send a basket of wine, and you send it big enough for everyone. And you might want to personalize it for the receptionist, the property manager, for the super. Those things matter. Wine, cheese, chocolates. People love that stuff. And it's a personal touch with a nice card with your logo on it. Thank you for all you do. And trust me, that's going to keep in the game. It separates.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree anymore. That's one of the things that we absolutely do in our business. And you're right. Everyone don't celebrate Christmas, but everyone appreciates happy holidays, right? So, and it don't cost a lot of money to go ahead and do that. But people say it's the thought that counts. It really is. People like we like to put in a lot of snacks, but I might go ahead and put some wine in there. I don't know. We'll see. But guys, like that is something that you should definitely be putting into your business. Brianna has come in and she's given us a few different jewels that we'll be able to use in our businesses. So I kind of want to, I really want to switch positions, right? Let's pivot a little bit. How me and you met? Do you want to explain how'd you come across me and like how did that whole process happen?
Sure, absolutely. I chime in. So, I've been looking on YouTube about commercial cleaning
Mm-hmm.
for a while. Looking at a few different channels, and then I came across your channel. I I looked at some of your videos. I'm like, wow, this guy is genuine, straight to the point, articulate, professional. All the personality traits and things that you have to be a good professional business person. And okay, and it's evident a minority as well. And that stuck out to me like, wow, somebody that's relatable, not fabricated, straight to the point, cookie cutter, and making, not too flashy, but making things happen. And that stood out for me. I'm like, wow, heard the first video, it was lit. You went straight to the point. You gave some real good pointers. I dived in, got all my things done, website, bank account, all these things, legitimized myself. And then I just took the courage and said, you know what, let me take advantage of this freaking $50 consultation call. We're all trying to save money. Hopped on a call, Marcus. I also paid for another appointment setting service that landed me into a good opportunity of a big 105 unit in on my side of town in New York. And I mean, it's just been great. I mean, I went in there and killed it, but if it wasn't for Marcus, the confidence I had, the knowledge I had, the way I'm looking at the trajectory of business, it wouldn't be what it is now. So salute to you on that. Thank you.
And I'm gonna say this right now that your check is in the mail. Thank you. Thank you. So there's a couple of things that I definitely want to clear up. Not that you didn't misspeak or nothing like that, but I do want to clear some things up. So we had met the first time I remember having a conversation or engaging with you was on a live. It was on one of my lives. And then I sent you an invite so you could join and be a part of the inner circle. And
Yeah.
in the inner circle, like I'm always sending people messages. What's going on? How's your business going? What's going on with this, that, and the third, da, 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 right? And I went to the conference, the CBN conference 2024. I went to the conference and I had spoke with Erica Williams on the side. She's a pretty big person on YouTube and not necessarily in this space, but in terms of what she does, she's pretty big. And I spoke with her. She gave me some game, and I was just so inspired by, seeing everyone there and hearing everyone's stories, and everyone's experience is like, man, when I get back home, how can I just deliver more and more value? I want to deliver more and more. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna slash my prices. For one Friday, I'm gonna do a $50 Friday where it's like you can come on, you ask me whatever you want to ask. It's 30 minutes. I'm gonna give you that time and we can just go ahead and just do what we got to do. There's only a couple of people that took advantage of the $50 Friday. A lot of people saw it, but not a whole lot of people took advantage of it. You were one of the ones that took advantage, of that $50 Friday. And then really also too, one of the last ones to get the appointment setting service a la carte. We're not doing the a la carte stuff no more. So now it's a package. So if you're seeing this, I've been selling those things for over a year. My consultations and coaching, we've been doing that the way that it is for over a year. I don't know, every now and then I might do another $50 Friday, but that's neither here nor there. Brianna, I gotta definitely give you your flowers, and I want to do that right now because it's different from texting. I definitely want to do it, face to face, because you're one of the ones who is so, you make what I do so much easier. It's people like you, because you'll get the information and you don't just sit on the information. Like, you were taking action. And for anybody who's, whether you're a course creator or you're teaching this or teaching that, to have someone come in and start applying the information that you're giving them and then starting to get traction from that information, that is a game changer. And that's really the reason why, that's why I do it. I can't speak for anyone else, but it's people like you that take action and really go after the things that you want. So you make what I do so much easier. People like you make this so much easier, and really one of the reasons why I continue to do it. And I know that based on all of the information that you have, that you're going to be successful in this industry, whatever else you choose. You're going to be successful in it because, one, you're a likable person. You got all of the soft skills that are necessary. You're articulate. You know how to move in certain rooms. You know how to get your point across in a digestible way that's easily understandable for the person that you're talking to. And you're willing to go ahead and go get it as a true go-getter, right? You go out and you go get it and you make it happen. So I definitely want to just go ahead and give you your flowers and let you know that, I do what I do because it is fulfilling, but it's also cool to know, like, what I'm doing is reaching people and it's, changing people's lives. So definitely want to appreciate you, say thank you for that, because you're doing your thing. And I'm all the way from the West Coast, man. Like, I am really, really, truly rooting for you. Appreciate you.
Awesome. And I appreciate that. That means a lot. It's tough sometimes in a man's world, and it's true. Being a female, it's not easy sometimes. In a man's world, in an industry, non-sexy industry. And I thank you for that. You gave me the courage to walk this walk and talk this talk. And I thank you. And I know that we're going to collaborate on a lot of different projects going forward. And we're going to document this process so that people know that people like us can move forward and stride and can rise like a phoenix out of any situation you're in. Because I can't sit here and tell you all my business, but I've been in some tough situations in my life. Yeah. And I'm a testament to tell you that you can reinvent yourself at any time.
Facts. Man, that is amazing. But I do got to push back a little bit. Now, I'm going to say, like, in this industry, like, I don't know, there's always, I don't know, man, if this is really a woman-dominant industry or man-dominant industry. Like, the women is killing it. Yeah, a lot of women is killing it, man. Like, and then too, like, even in my company, like, women help fuel the business, right? Like, I was the visionary, the innovator. Like, I stamped it, but women have always played a huge role in my business. Wow. And then, I don't want to speak for no one else, but I think that if we were to talk to other men in the industry, that their stories would be similar to mine, as far as, like, women may not always be the face of it all the time of some of the bigger companies, but they're definitely the backbone to a lot of them. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I never thought about it like that. So that's a great point. Thank you for that.
Yeah, but you're gonna come in and you're gonna kill it because you got the vision, you got the hustle, you got the grind, you got the grit, you got all of it. So, what I mean? I don't have no doubt about it. You're gonna be able to come in and handle your business.
I'm ready for that. So I really thank you. This call is important. I hope that everyone gained value from Marcus. I mean, legendary dude, humble, low key, but on his grind. He's a shark out here, and hope you gain some value from me as well. And I would share one last tip, and I think this is one bonus, another heavy hitter right here. Being able to, when you're on site and you see something is wrong that doesn't look right, whether it be a ripped piece of wallpaper, whether it be a major leak, anything that looks suspicious. If you become a second pair of eyes for those property men, I'm telling you, those commercial guys, you're gonna be a staple in that business. So think about that and add that. And then
Bars. That's a major key. Well, Brianna, I don't have anything after that. You just closed it out.
All right.
So if they're looking for you, where can they find you? Where can
You
people
can
find you?
find me at Prestige Building Care Services on Instagram. You can find me on my personal Instagram handle, Miss Martinez. You just have to request me because it's private. You can email me at admin@prestigebuildingcareservices.com. And yeah, we in here.
And that the YouTube channel is loading.
It's on the way. It's on the way.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, Brianna, once again, it was a pleasure to have you. I'm looking forward to your progress. And like I always tell everyone, I'm just a DM away. So if you need anything, you can always reach out. I'm a DM away.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, guys, so that's it for today's video. Like I say, in the game of business, spectators only watch, but hustlers get into the game so they can win. Guys, I'm always dropping jewels, but the only way to be in position to pick them up is you got to like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.